Well, hello and welcome. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Elegant Sentiments today. I'm Sheryl and I'm the owner of Elegant Sentiments. And we will be doing some card making this evening with some products from Lisa Horton Crafts. And I got a little bit of Pinkfresh and a little bit of Spellbinders. So we just got a little mashup here to this evening. So for my inks, I've got Pinkfresh Studio, one of their little mini inks, and this one is Hydrangea. And then my Lisa Horton matte blending inks, I've got Surf's Up and Sweet Violet. Those are the ink colors. And then I have this cute little butterfly. It's a die, stamp, and stencil set from Lisa Horton Crafts, and it's got all three in one. I really like that. So let me pull this out so you can see. We've got this big butterfly stamp, and then we've got two stencils. There's the background for the butterfly and then the detail for the butterfly. And I'm going to go ahead and open this up because I'm going to use that today. So there's just the two stencils here. And then it comes also with three dies. There's the butterfly detail with the outline, and then you can do a separate outline. So those are the products that I'm using. And then I have from Lisa Horton, I've got the Fundamentals Nested Octagon dies. I'll be using one of those. And then the Sandstone Art Stencil. So those are the core products. And then I'm going to be embellishing with some Fashion Silver adhesive embellishments from Spellbinders. So those are all of the products. And I think I'm going to start with this Sandstone stencil, and I think I'm going to be lazy today and not going to pull out my Ultimate 2, although I could, but let me get this out of the way. And I'm just going to craft right here on my mat. I'm going to bring in, I've got an A2 size piece of white cardstock that I'm going to use to do the initial stenciling. And I'll just use my magnet to hold that in place. And then I'm going to start with, I think I'll start with I think I'll do Sweet Violet on this one. I'm going to use both of these two colors on this background, but I'm going to start, I think, with the Sweet Violet and just bring that down from both, not going all the way over. And then I'll do the same thing with the Surf's Up. Just adding both of these colors. I'll move this magnet over just a wee bit. And kind of bring that down. And get a little bit of both the colors in there. And there's no real rhyme or reason to it, just getting some color onto the stencil and blending, just getting a nice soft little blend on this. Pick up a little bit more color over here, and I think that'll probably do well enough. Maybe let's go with a little more Sweet Violet over here to get a little more purpley look down here. Let's see if we can do that. Yeah. So we got lots of different tones there is really what I'm going for. but very, very simple, and just kind of going through the middle to get some light color onto the panel. And let me clean this up. And then I'll bring in another piece and I'll stencil the butterfly. Where's my water? Here it is. Really quick stencil for this project. Not a lot of work. Like all my projects, just I like them easy. And this one fits the bill. So we're going to use the two butterfly stencils here. And where we go? Here they are. I'm going to do the background on this stencil in just a light, the light hydrangea. I'm going to take this sweet violet off of there. It's the same color family, but I really want it lighter than the sweet violet is. And we'll just ink it up and just do a really very pale background for this part. So it's nice and pale. And then we'll take the second stencil and line it up. And then we'll do some surfs up for the center of the butterfly. And just come down the center. And I'm not worrying that it's perfect because it doesn't need to be. And then we'll go back over with some of the hydrangea around the, I think I'll go from here out with the hydrangea. Uh-oh, just moved it. And cover up a little bit of that blue. Just get another little color on there. And then I'll come back in with some sweet violet around the outside and then do a little deeper color with on the very tip. So we'll just get that sweet violet around the perimeter, and then we'll come in with a detail brush and add a little more of that sweet violet color. So we've got kind of a gradient of color. Move this out of the way. And we'll just come in on the tips of this little, where these little, I don't know what you call these little, the little details on the butterfly. Not making it, I'm not making the holes really, I'm not filling those holes in, but just adding enough detail to edge up the butterfly is really what I'm trying to do. We'll see if we're successful. Hope wherever you are that you are warm and dry. We've ended up with about 12 inches of snow in my part of the city here. So actually today was the first day that I left the house since last weekend. I stayed right at home. I felt no need to venture out. Of course, we couldn't until I think yesterday. We were in a level 3 snow emergency here. So I'm just doing the same thing on this other side. I hope you're having a great week. Let me just keep going. I was going to go at the bottom, but I'll just keep going from where I'm at. I probably should have turned this around and make it easier for me. That's what I'm going to do. It'll be easier for me to see. But I want to make sure I get it lined up. back perfectly, and I did. So it's easier to see when my hand's not in the way. And hopefully it's easier for you to see also. Missed the spot there. Make sure this is even. Just adding this sweet violet color along the edge. Doesn't have to be perfect or any of that, just enough color to show that it's the very tip of those wings. And some parts are a little bit darker, some parts are a little bit lighter, and that's okay. Just whatever you think looks good. Okay, so that's all the inking that we have to do for our little butterfly. And we got our pink and blue, or our purple and blue little butterfly. And let me cover up these inks. And then we can do a little bit of die cutting. And we will be ready to put this one together. Super simple. I love this set. It comes, like I showed you, all of the pieces come together, which is very nice. Saves you a lot of time and money. You don't have to buy all the stencil and the dies separate. You get them all together. So I'm going to use this one to die cut the this large butterfly. Let me turn this so I can see what I'm doing. And actually I cannot see, so I need to stand up so I can see it and still have it where you can see it too. And I do apologize. I am continuing to battle with my allergies. I don't know what's going on, but nothing seems to be giving me any relief. So I don't know if it's my ducts. Well, I had my ducts cleaned last year, so can't be that. I don't know. Could be. I hope it's not dust allergies or I'm in trouble because it's going to be there for a while. Okay, so I'm going to die cut the outline there. And then I'm also going to use this other one and I'm going to die cut I want the detail butterfly in white. I was thinking I was going to color it because I did a sample and I did it in white. And I thought maybe I'll put the color on there, but I actually do like the look of the white. So we'll take a look-see. Just, there we go. And there, excuse me, just 1 second. All right, and then I'm going to just run this through my Platinum 6 over here. I'm using just the regular plates, the regular cutting plates here. And I'll be right back in frame in just a second if I get these through. Oops. That went flying, as you could hear. But I probably should have angled that die a little bit, but here we go. Let me pull this over. Did I get this die cut all the way? Oops. Nope, I did not. Well, we'll take this one out because he's fine. But I didn't get this in. Let me run this back through just one more time. Just to get that little tail piece that did not cut. Excuse me. There. That sounded a whole lot better. And we did get our butterfly. I hope I didn't. Let me look and see. Where's my... I think I may have moved it too much. We can see. Yeah, I did a little bit. But I don't think it's not enough to matter. So we're just going to use this. And poke out these little pieces here. And I like the little detail. It's really a nice little die. Oops, I hope I didn't. I might have to do a little surgery there. Okay. Because I don't want to waste another piece of card. Although I could. It's only paper, right? Okay, so there we have that piece. And then we'll get this out of the way. We also, I do need to do one more bit of coloring. I'm going to color an octagon and have the butterfly resting on the octagon. You aren't going to be able to see much of it, but it will elevate the entire bottom part of the butterfly, which is what I'm looking for. So I'm going to take these nested octagons, and for the sample that I did, I used this third one, but I think I'm going to go just a teeny bit larger and go with this one, because on the sample the octagon doesn't really show, and I think I might like to have it show just a little more. So I'm going to take a piece of cardstock and ink it up with the Sweet Violet. And boy, I'm a messy Bessie today. Okay, wait, let's get some of this out of the way. Just because I'm not feeling 100% doesn't mean I need to be messy about it. Okay, so let's do that. And move this and put that there. Okay, so we'll go ahead and just add some color to this piece of cardstock, and then we'll die cut it. We could do it the other way around, but this is easier to me. I got more space to put ink, and I don't have to worry about my fingers so much. And I'm not really worried that if the color is really smooth or equal. Oops, how did I get that ink on there? Smooth or any of that. Just want to get it onto the paper because it's really going to be hidden for the most part. And this is optional. You don't even need this actually, but I just like having the butterflies sit up a little higher, and I wanted the whole thing, not just the center part. So that's why I'm doing this, because I'm going to mount the octagon with some foam tape, and then that way the whole butterfly will sit up and not just the center part where you would normally put. Is this big enough? Let's see. Yeah, that's big enough. Okay. So let me get the ink off my fingers and off of my mat. And then we will die cut this piece and clear my mat off because I got all those little pieces still sitting on there. Okay, got all those in the trash bin. almost time for me to swap my mat, but I hold out to the very last second. So I'm going to die cut this over here. That's what I'm doing off to the side. And hopefully we won't go flying this time. Very good. And then, so we've got our little our plate. Let me get an A2 card base, and I'll go ahead and put the back panel. Oh, excuse me. I do have a little glitchy there. It must be my fingernail with the ink. Okay. So I'll go ahead and mount this panel to my card front. And this is an A2, so it's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece. I'm wondering, I think if I flip it this way, I can cover up my boo-boo a little bit better. That's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to mount this to my card front. And I'll give it a little burnish with my bone folder. So that is, and we can sit this so that that is no longer exposed. And so what I want to do is, let's put the butterfly together first. So I want to just glue the butterfly on the body part. I'm not going to glue the whole thing down to the inked panel. I'm just going to have the detail layer floating up, and so I'm just going to put glue only where the body is, and then I'll glue the two pieces together. Get my ink coming out. There it comes. Finally. And just glue just the body part. And then I will add this to the butterfly, just like that. Get those body parts lined up. Let's see. I want to make sure. There we go. I'll hold that for a second or two. Actually, I can just let that do that. And then I want to put this, I'm going to glue this, add this to this panel, but I'm going to do it with some foam tape so that it'll lift the whole body up. But before I put the tape on, well, I can put the tape on and then do that. I want to see what angles I want to use, because I would like for just a little bit of the octagon to show above the butterfly. So that's what I'm going to be trying to accomplish. We'll cut this right about there, and then we can cut this in half, and hopefully it'll fit on either side. I'm hoping, yeah. And that should be good enough. Okay, and so now what I want to do is look at I'm going to bend the butterfly's body so that its body is going to be flat and the wings are up. And then I'll separate the two like that. And then I'm going to put, I want this on the octagon so that you've got like a tip and a tip. And I want it going, I think I want them going this way. I did it the other way on my sample. So, okay, so now I kind of know where I want it. So it doesn't have to be, obviously, no science to it, but that's kind of what I'm thinking when I try and figure out where I want to put this down. Get that out of the way. And then let me, where my angle, so those two. Okay, so we're going to do it right about like that. Okay, and then we'll get some glue, and the flat part of, we'll glue the flat part of the body of the butterfly down onto our panel, our raised little octagon. And let me make sure I can see what I'm doing here. And we'll put it right about there so you get a little bit of the platform that he's on. It could be a she. I don't know. And then we'll get a sentiment. And I've got a couple that I was thinking of that I've got a big bin that I have. So maybe that one, your kindness means so much. Or we could go with let's celebrate. These are both, I think I like let's celebrate, because that could be for lots of things. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. And then we'll add some gems and we'll be able to call this one done. Really quick and easy. And if you wanted to coordinate, you could ink up a panel on the bottom of the inside with the, let's do, oops, I want to get that straight. Make sure the card is straight. Okay, we're going to commit right there. Okay, and then we're going to bring some gems down and around our sentiment. Get some of this mess out of the way because we're about ready to wrap up. Okay, we're going to put that there, get our inks out of the way, get our brushes and scissors and all of that out. And then we can wrap it up. Okay, so now let me grab my sentiments and or my embellishments. These are the Fashion Silver from Spellbinders, and I'm gonna bring it down and around to the side. So where's my little thingy? Let's go with, I want a bigger one here, I think. And then we'll do a couple smaller ones as we go around. And end up with two teeny ones, I think. That's how I want to do it. Is that what? Yeah, that's what I want to do. We'll see. And maybe one more. There we go. Okay, so there is today's project. Really simple and easy, using the large butterfly die stamp and stencil set from Lisa Horton Crafts. And here's the one that I did before. The colors are a little deeper, but I wanted them a little bit lighter so you can see what lighter and darker and make your own choice. And then we have a bigger panel and a smaller panel. So I think ideally when I look at these, I probably would go with the bigger panel with the deeper colors. But anyway, that is the project for today. I hope that you like it. If you do, please give me a thumbs up. I will be sharing a project on Wednesday on my blog, Elegant Sentiments, and then I'll be sharing something on my Facebook page this week as well. Oh, and I did want to share, this is one I put on my Facebook page using this same set and just a different set of sentiments. These are the January colors, color challenge for Lisa Horton Crafts this week. So I used those colors to make this, and then I just stenciled the butterfly onto the panel. So as you can see, lots of options and ways that you can use this lovely set. I hope that you have a fantastic week and that you find some time to craft a little kindness. I thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll be back next week because I'll be here at 7 with another fun card to share. Have a wonderful week. See you next time. Bye for now.